If you have to say the words, "respect me," you have already proven that you have no power. Respect is not a request, it is a result. It is the automatic response to a man whose actions demonstrate his own self-respect. When you are forced to beg for it with words, you are confessing that your actions have failed to command it. You are not a king in your own kingdom. You are a protester standing outside the gates holding a sign, hoping the real rulers will listen. They will not. You are trapped in a cycle of futility. You explain your rules, you state your expectations, you complain when your boundaries are crossed. You believe that if you just communicate your needs more clearly, people will finally understand and change their behavior. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of human psychology. You are trying to use logic and language to solve a problem of conditioning. People do not learn from what you say. They learn from what you do. They learn from the consequences of their actions. The mechanism that governs respect is known as operant conditioning. It is a basic law of behavioral psychology that is as reliable as gravity. It states that behavior which is followed by a reward will be repeated. Behavior that is followed by a punishment or the removal of a reward will be extinguished. Every time your boundary is violated and you respond with nothing but words, you are failing to apply a consequence. In fact, your nagging and complaining often act as a reward in the form of your attention. You are teaching people that disrespect is an effective strategy for engaging you. The power is not in your words. The power is in withdrawal. The power is in action. A boundary is not a speech. A boundary is a line, and when it is crossed, there is a swift, cold, and predictable consequence. Your words are the warning sign on an electric fence. The consequence is the shock. Without the shock, the sign is just a suggestion, and a suggestion is always optional. You have been posting signs your entire life, wondering why everyone keeps climbing your fence. This is why the mistake of giving a third chance is so fatal to your status. The first time a boundary is crossed, it might be a mistake or a test. You address it with a clear, calm statement and a warning. If you do that again, I will leave. The second time they cross that line, it is no longer a mistake. It is a decision. It is a clear statement that they do not respect your words. This is the moment of truth. If you respond with another warning, a third chance, you have just nullified every rule you have ever tried to set. You have taught them that your words are meaningless noise. You have trained them to ignore you. The only correct response to the second violation is to execute the promised consequence without anger and without hesitation. You must understand that removing your attention is the ultimate punishment in the social realm. Humans are social creatures, hardwired to seek attention and validation. Yelling, arguing, or expressing your anger are all forms of intense attention. To a certain type of person, your negative attention is still more rewarding than your absence. When you calmly and silently remove your presence, by ending the phone call, leaving the date, or walking out of the room, you create a vacuum. You are delivering a powerful and undeniable consequence. You are teaching them, on a primal behavioral level, that a specific action results in the immediate loss of your most valuable resource. You. You must begin to train respect like you would train a muscle. It requires consistency, repetition, and a clear understanding of the mechanics. Every interaction is a rep. Every time you let a small act of disrespect slide, you are failing a rep. Every time you enforce a boundary with a calm action, you are completing a rep and becoming stronger. A man who is respected is simply a man who has never missed a workout. He has conditioned his environment, person by person, to understand that his boundaries are real because the consequences are real. This training begins with a simple but powerful practice. You must define one non-negotiable red line. Choose a single specific behavior that you will no longer tolerate from anyone. It could be being yelled at. It could be being called a certain name. It could be having your time wasted by chronic lateness. The behavior must be clear and observable. This is your line in the sand. Next, you must prepare a specific, immediate action that you will take if this line is ever crossed. The action should not be emotional or punitive. It should be a simple, logical consequence. If your red line is being yelled at, your prepared action might be to say, "I am not going to be spoken to this way," and then immediately hang up the phone or leave the room. The key is that you have decided on the action before the event occurs. It is a pre-planned response. When the line is crossed, you do not have to think. You do not have to get angry. You simply execute the plan. This removes all emotion from the equation and turns your boundary into a simple law of physics. If they do X, you will do Y. Every single time. Let's dismantle the myth that this makes you a cold or difficult person. Society has been conditioned to believe that setting a boundary is an act of aggression. This is a manipulative frame. The aggression is from the person who is attempting to cross your boundary. Your action is simply a defense of your own sovereignty. You are not punishing them. You are teaching them. You are giving them the valuable gift of clarity. They are learning, through direct experience, how to interact with a man of high standards. Consider the common scenario. A man is on a date, and the woman is rude to the waiter. This violates his internal standard of basic decency. The man without a frame says nothing. He is afraid of creating an awkward moment. He tolerates the behavior, and in doing so, he co-signs it. He has communicated that he is willing to associate with poor character to avoid conflict. Now consider the man who operates from a place of action. The moment his date is rude to the waiter, he does not lecture her. He does not explain why she is wrong. He waits for the waiter to leave, calmly stands up and says, "It was a pleasure meeting you, but I don't think we're a match." He then puts cash on the table for his drink and leaves. He has not been angry. He has been decisive. He has enforced his boundary with a quiet and final action. He has proven to himself and to the world that his standards are more important than any single interaction. Your life is a direct reflection of the behavior you tolerate. If you are surrounded by drama, disrespect, and unreliability, it is because you have failed to be a gatekeeper. You have let these things into your world through your inaction. You have taught people that there is no cost for bringing their chaos into your kingdom. The world will continuously test your frame. It will push against your boundaries to see if they are real. Your words are meaningless in this test. Only your actions will provide the answer. You are the architect of your own social reality. Every time you enforce a boundary, you are laying a brick in the foundation of your self-respect. Every time you let one slide, you are leaving a crack for the water to get in. Stop being a passive observer of the disrespect you receive. Become the active enforcer of the standards you set. The respect you crave from the world will only arrive after you have demonstrated an unbreakable respect for yourself. So look at your life. Look at your relationships. The way people treat you is a lesson. It is a lesson about the boundaries you have failed to enforce. Stop complaining about the lesson. Stop explaining it. Stop wishing it were different. Simply learn from it. Teach people how to treat you by what you are willing to tolerate. And if there is something you are no longer willing to tolerate, what is the one clear action you will take the very next time it happens?